Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Bird Real Estate Podcast Show. For the new viewers, I'm your host, Bruce Bird Jr., also known as Boss Man Bruce. As you know that on my platform, our goal is to educate, and not just educate, but motivate those like-minded individuals that may be scared to take a leap of faith with the people that I will be interviewing on my platform. That's the goal, is for them, their story to help you, motivate you, whatever you need. On today's episode, I have a special guest named Oscar Flowers. He's a single father of 4 girls with a bachelor's degree in business, born in Rockford, Illinois, outside of Chicago, raised in Fresno, California, and currently living in Las Vegas. Started learning wholesaling and creative finances real estate in 2021. Doing business currently in Las Vegas, Nevada. Also currently learning to buy and hold investing strategies in single-family homes and also multi-family homes. Aspiring to become a real estate developer of subdivisions. I'm so excited to hear about that because that's something I'm looking forward to doing also with the subdivision. Can you guys help me in welcoming Oscar Flowers? How you doing, Oscar?
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you. Glad to be on the show.
I appreciate you even taking time out just to come on my platform and come and just give views to not just the views, but to myself also.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate the invite.
Okay, first question is, who is Oscar Flowers? We want to know who is Oscar Flowers. Forget real estate right now, forget business. Who is Oscar as a man?
As a man, I'm, like I said, 41 years old, about to turn 42. I'm a single father of 4. You know, I'm a person that it came through a few struggles in life, from outside of Chicago, Illinois, to going to California and deciding to change his life. And I've been through some ups and downs. I've been through a lot of different companies, and I'm just a person that really wants to develop an empire for my family. You know what I'm saying? I'm a person that has a desire to grind as hard as possible and make sure that my kids got something to remember me by.
How old are your girls?
I have a 16-year-old, a 13-year-old, and 2 8-year-olds.
Okay. What are some of your personal strengths?
You know, I believe that I'm an innovator. So you put me in a situation and I'm gonna figure another way. If we can't find that way, we're gonna make a way. I believe I'm very communicative. I could talk. I have a good spirit, and you know, I do a lot of customer service and sales.
Do you have any special hobbies you like to do?
No, not real special. I just like to, you know, I'm at this point, I'm on a grind mode.
I can understand that. I can understand that. What is your personal mission in life?
At this point, it has changed over the years. You know, I went to school and thinking that, you know, working for the city and working for the you know, big corporation would have been the opportunity that I was looking for. But as I got through it, you know, college just showed me that I'm really an entrepreneur, and I want to build my own business and build my own fortune and make my own dream. So my dream at this point has changed to become a real estate entrepreneur, as in investing, buying and holding, and a real estate developer. I want to develop, you know, multi-family home subdivisions to where, in my mind, you know, my dream is so big, I don't know how I'm gonna complete it.
See, sometimes in life we don't need all the details. We just need that tunnel vision, that goal, you know. And I believe, I believe in God, so God will orchestrate everything to come together, you know. as long as you just take that first step, them small steps, I believe in a butterfly effect. You know what I'm saying? Something small to something big, turn to something big, that's all it takes is that one little step. Then so many doors will open up unto you, just doing that little step that you think ain't no progress in,
Yes,
so
sir.
so I'm pretty sure as you look back, you see the progress you're doing in real estate, you be like, dang, I ain't know I could do this. It's just all that little step, you know.
Yeah, little
So
things add up.
most definitely. So what do you love about life?
Life, you know what I love about life is waking up.
Mm,
I have a better understanding of life. I worked a lot of different places, and I sold life insurance in the past. And when you sell life insurance, it gives you a different perspective on what's necessary and what's going on. I didn't sell. I was unfortunately I sold the life insurance for the people that really need life insurance, but probably won't get the benefits that they need to get. You know what I'm saying? It was mostly term life insurance and
mm,
whole life. So nowadays, after I don't work there anymore, I realize that it's universal life that actually is the one that's going to benefit everybody the most.
mm.
So I just at this point, I'm grateful for that to be able to learn and to grow that and become a better person and passionate about you know being a better person and being a better father for my kids.
So you feel your kids or the major reason why you give good service, you know?
Uh, you know what? I believe so. I believe because my pastor in the past, God rest his soul, you know what I'm saying? He informed me that, and I read it in the Bible that, a name is better than riches, a good name.
Mm,
You know what I mean? So
mm,
I want to make sure that my name, I don't hustle for Oscar, I hustle for flowers. So
mm,
my last name is what I'm trying to represent and to push forwards. I have girls, so my name is not going to pass on, but my name will pass on through them regardless. If I leave them something, my name is still going to be there. You know, I digress a little bit, but I heard Steve Harvey say one time that he went to visit his friend, and his friend went to uh to the hospital to visit his grandmother dying, and he was there with them, his friend asked his grandma, "I'm here," and she was like, "Okay, well, I'm glad you here. I wanted you to come." And he was like, "Well, why did you want me to come, grandma?" He was like, "Well, I want to ask you a question." He was like, "Do you know what your great grandfather's name is?" And he was like, "No, grandma, I don't know what my great grandfather's name is." She was like, "You know why?" He was like, "No, I don't." And he was like, "Because he never left you nothing." And it hit me like a ton of bricks. You know what I'm saying? It was like, that's why you don't know your great grandfather, because most of the people, they know Rockefeller. Why? Because he left his kids something. He left a legacy behind. He left them something to remember him by, to know his name. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, okay, you have to leave something behind. You say you want to leave something to your great grandkids, but if you don't, they won't leave nothing. They won't know. And my before I heard that, my saying was, and I said it a lot, and my parents, I hope they didn't ever take it the wrong way, but I always said, my grandmother, she died and didn't leave us with nothing. And
mm,
I say my mom and dad, they probably gonna die and leave me with a bill. And
mm.
I don't want to deal with that for my kids.
But you know that we have the power to orchestrate that. And I believe in God that we can change things. I saw the individual that this the other day ago that we're born into a generational curse. So
Yes,
now
sir.
we have to fight a fight that wasn't even our fight to fight, but now it's our fight. And since we have to fight that fight, whether it's prosperity, whether it's people, maybe a father's leaving, maybe anything that you didn't even know that you entering the world in, you have to fight it like you fighting to leave your kids something, and that's a fight because it wasn't given to you. You had to learn as you went, you know, but you changing the whole dynamic of your generation. Now you saving your generation.
Correct.
That's the beautiful thing about that. I'm big on reading the Bible, and when you have an honorable name, that carry with you a lot. And for you to give wisdom and riches really is in wisdom and knowledge. That's something you nobody can take away from you. Not money, the riches in what you know, and what you know will give you what you need, and how to give service to other people,
With
and we
one more piece to that. You got to add one piece to that.
go ahead.
Knowledge
Go
is
ahead.
great.
Mhm.
Knowledge is great, but it's called applied knowledge. Because you
True.
can have all the knowledge in the world and never use it, and
Mhm.
know how to build businesses and know how to do this, that, and the other. But if you don't apply it and get past that fear of rejection and disappointment and failure, then you will never, it'll never come true.
That's true. But one thing you said also, I'm gonna piggyback off what you said. Failure. I don't believe in failure. I believe in failure when you give up and when you don't try it. Now you live with regrets. Now you live in miserable, because only if you would have finished the finish line. Failure. Everything I failed in life actually became a success. You could attest for that. Even in real estate, you might not know what you're doing, and you feel like, man, I'm failing. I don't know. No, you're not failing. Every job has training, and we've been trained, and it takes experience to be a great teacher. you know so that's
Yeah,
beautiful. I
most
like that. You got a lot of wisdom. I like that. We're gonna go to the next topic, next discussion. Tell me about your past success in real estate. What made you be like, man, I can do this? Like, it could be your first dollar, it could be, whatever. What gave you that light switch?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. It was a long time coming because I started in real estate 20 years ago. I
Mhm.
tried to do, I tried to go to class and I did the class, but something the teacher told me that just it told me to go a different way. So I kind of veered off from there and I went just for my business. And then I went and bought a house, foreclosed on the house. So it was like, okay, that's where that fear comes in at again. Oh, okay, I don't wanna fall into a hole like this again because I didn't know the way. But as like I said, my success came in once I started thinking, I need to do something for the next 10 years. I need to dive into something. And real estate is the best way of going. So what I did is once I got my little courses or whatever, and I did my training through, creative financing through my mentor, Ron LeGrand, I'll throw his out there. I was going through that. And once I got done, I started looking at other people, Pace Morby and all the other ones that's in the creative financing. And just so happened the success came in when I was fishing. I call it, because I was looking for leads and looking for leads, and I was looking in all the different routes. I bought some leads. I did all the different things that was supposed to do, and I'm not getting anything. But at the same time, I didn't know what a real deal was. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? So I'm fishing. I might have had some fish on there, and they took all my bait. I don't know. I was so fresh in the game. So finally, when I sent out I got a bite, basically somebody that said, yeah, I got a house that I want to sell. And I was like, cool, how many you got? He was like, well, I got 10. And I was like, oh, well, let me buy all 10. So now we fished through that and come to find out we couldn't come to the right numbers. And like I said, I was still trying to figure out where my numbers were and how to get, a wholesale deal done. So finally I got him to say, he'll sell me 2 of them. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me buy these 2. So once we got the paperwork done, then I called another friend of mine that I met online, wholesaler, and I was like, man, help me walk me through this. I just need to get it through one time. That way I know. And sure enough, once we walked through it, and 30 days later, both houses were sold. And I only talked to the owner one time on the phone.
Mm.
And then I talked to the title company one time. And the only time I talked to her was when I told her where to send my check. So, so it was, to me, it was like I did 95% of this whole deal with no money down, no money out my pocket. And it was all on my phone or on a text message. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna throw this out there. This is how I know God is real, is because I
Mm.
was doing all this in the back of my van at the time. You know what I'm saying? I was in the back of my van. I'm going through a divorce, so we was, situations going on, but all of this was happening in the back of my van within the last, 3-4 months. You know what I mean? So that's how I know God is real. Because as soon as that happened, went from the red to the black. You know what I'm saying? And now it's just a light bulb in my mind to say, if I could do this, without touching the house, without seeing the house, without going to the place. And it's in a whole nother state. I forgot to tell you, this is in Illinois. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in Vegas. So all of this is being done virtually. You know what I mean? So it kicked in my mind. If I could do this once, stop me from here. You know what I'm saying? And from that point, it just means that if I could do, and just so happened, it was over a $10,000 check. So that to me was like out of nowhere in 30 days, perfect.
Man, what I got from that is don't limit God. And possibilities. If you want to experience a greater God, bring a problem to him. And it sounds like that's what moved me more about the deal, that how God showed up in a way where I say this, like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego when they was in a furnace of fire, and he showed up right on time, but they kept their faith. Faith could take us so far. All we have to do is put our faith in God, and the possibilities are tremendous. He want to bless us. And just to hear your story about you being in your van and you doing a deal in your van, it's no excuses for anybody on why you could limit God, or you could I'm gonna say limit yourself, because it ain't no limit when you have God on your side. And
right.
You're a true testimony on how God could be on your side. That moved me in a way, because I'm a spiritual person myself, and I have obstacles like everybody else, but just to take courage, really to tell about what was going on, and that's how you can really become relatable to a lot of people, because there's a lot of people. That's why I say people need to take a leap of faith. So listen to your story, right? It'll make people say, dang, I'm going through the divorce too. Dang, I'm in the back of my car too. And because people don't want to talk about that, and I said this to an individual before, the fairy tale is not in the destination. It's what you have to overcome. That's the true fairy tale. But no, that's very powerful, just to see how great God is. Just you all the way in Nevada, and I'm all the way in St. Louis, and you can see how he moves. He just moved. He's present everywhere, and that's why I love doing interviews like this on this platform, because it's not about me. It's about really the power of God, and that's why I like how you emphasize that your pastor, how God is real.
Oh yeah, it's definitely real, and it's about faith, and it's about understanding that to get to that success that I know of now. As an older man, I realize that nothing is changing. If you don't sow nothing, you're not gonna reap nothing. So if you're not planting in the winter, spring, fall, whenever you're not planting, you're not going to reap anything. So that's the whole point of, God gave everybody a gift, but just like the mother bird or the eagle, she got to push you out the nest, and she knows by the time she push you out the nest, win, lose, or draw, them wings gonna come out. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how God is. God is like, he trying to push us out the nest, and he gave us the gift, but it's up to us to actually jump. And you when with or without jumping, you'll never know if that parachute that he gave you, that gift he gave you, is gonna actually open until you jump. So you'll know when you jump, and you think about it like this: we're 100% survivors of bad times. So what won't he let us get through? What won't he pull us through?
Exactly. That's when he do his greatest works. That's when God do his greatest works in trying times. And because now he said, I can work wonders in your life, because now you bought me a problem. We want a real God, bring a real problem to him. Everybody be so hostility, or they hide their problems. They put their problems in a closet, even though God see all things. They still put him in a closet, as Cain did when he killed Abel. He put that problem. All you gotta do is say, yeah, I did do it. Forgive me. Bring a real problem to God. Moses brought a real problem to God when he was stuttering. He felt he couldn't lead the people. Joseph brought a real problem when he was angry because his brothers betrayed him. Jesus even brought real problems when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane, when he said, take this bitter cup away from me. you know, a real real problem. And it's just crazy, man. Just when you be vulnerable with God, that
Yeah,
secret place, you
God
know.
knows everything, man, and he gonna provide. All I know is that if he hasn't pulled me through all my problems, he currently pulling me through them right now. You know,
Mm,
I've never at this point, he's always been there because I'm still waking up every day. You know what I'm saying? So God is a blessing to me, and I'm grateful that I know him. And
mm,
you know, I had a wonderful pastor, you know, in the past that gave me a lot of good understanding and showed me a lot of things and gave me some words. So and since then, I've just been listening to a lot of mentors online, you know, Les Brown and Dr. Miles Monroe, and these type of people that actually give me, you know, TD Jakes. They all give me something new
mm,
to keep move forwards and
mm.
understand that, you know, the world is not changing. You have to change. And if you want to be the person that you're trying to be, if you're trying to be successful in 10 years, you need to be that person now. So
And,
that,
and
you know what I mean?
but you know, see, we look at the world to change, but we forget we have our own world we live in. And things change around us as we change. If you change in a negative way, things gonna be around you gonna be negative. If you change in a positive way, things gonna be, you choose how you want to live. You really
Correct.
do, you know, and God give us that free will, you know. So but the next thing, like, what did that do for you? What type of emotion did you possess? You know, what, tell me the feeling when you seen like, man, I just closed and made $10,000 in 30 days. What was the emotion? What was your thoughts?
Man, it was a great feeling. Like I said at the time, I wasn't telling people I was in the back of my van, but I'm in the back of my van. So, you know, it was like God is real. You know, I knew I could do it. I knew that it was possible, and it took me a minute to figure out that I could do it. So emotionally, I was just so ecstatic because it was
Mm,
like, I got a check, like you know what I'm saying, and now I can move forward in life, and not only that, they can't take it away from me, and I know how to do it again. You know what I'm saying, and that's what really was more of my thing. Is it's like the you know, Biggie Smalls got a song "Sky's the Limit," and it was like bing, and it was I all started playing all my theme musics, and it just was an exhilarating feeling. I sent the picture to my daughter. It was like, look, we on our way. You know, like it's coming. And then it just was like, thank you, Lord, because you know it was only you. No one else was here. No one else came to my rescue. No one else tried to help me. No one else was there. You know, no one else to talk to. No one else to go through references on. It was just me and you, and he provided. And that's how I know that, you know, like I said, from here, what else can he do? So that means that I'm gonna jump out here and do as many as possible from here on out. 10 years from now, I'm gonna be a beast.
mm, mm. You already got who you need on your team. That's God. And not just that was a faith builder. Your story is not a faith builder for you. You know what I'm saying? It's for me too. You know, just hearing your story is a faith builder. And like I said, this doing interviews like this is very therapeutic to me. You know, because now people don't understand. You get a natural high hearing somebody else's success story. You know, that's what I do. You know, so the next topic I want to jump on this. What are you up to now? Or you, I know you're doing wholesaling, or you mentoring, or you what else you got going on?
You know what? Right now, I'm doing wholesaling. I'm really trying to go into a little bit more of creative financing in the real estate part of it. Um, and, you know, that's pretty much what I'm going with for real estate. I also, you know, I still have I'm a business person. I'm a type of person that I feel like I'm an innovator. I see things. So I started a pressure washing window cleaning business on the side. So, you know, I'm starting to build that and try to get businesses and get, you know, situations like that. So that's the other portion of me, as well as I work a regular job, just trying to keep my household together. But eventually, all of that is going to turn over to doing the pressure washing business, setting that all the way up, and then keeping going with the real estate. Now, like I said, the real estate for me, I'm not doing any mentoring. I would like to actually get more mentors for myself because I'm a type of person that wants to consistently learn, and I'm not nowhere where I want to be at the moment. You know what I'm saying? I can see myself, my vision right now is like 100,000 a month, and that's within the next 5 years. That's my goal. Next 5 years, let's do 100,000 a month. Cause I figure if I could do 2 or 3 of these deals in a month, I'll be, and I start doing the right type of deals, I'll be there within, you know what I'm saying? So that's where my goal is. But at the moment, like I said, I'm on this, and we're gonna keep going with this wholesale and retail, and eventually I want to do the buy and hold. So that's where the real money comes in at, is being able to hold them and use that as leverage for your taxes and for everything else in your life.
Yeah, ain't no doubt in my mind you're gonna achieve all that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you got the right person on your team, who we all need. And he only asks us just to turn back to him. And if you listen to in the Old Testament, you give him to talk to the prophets, he just said, turn back to me. I want to help you. And you know where your help is from, and that's a beautiful thing. Definitely, I can only imagine your daughter's faces when they sing like that. Daddy really doing it, because I have daughters myself, and just to show them something different, is a blessing, and they are part of it. You part of this journey with me, because now you get as I grow, when you get older, you can see, man, my daddy did this. I can do all things. You know what I'm saying? So, you give a gift to your daughters, and one of them is God. They see the miraculous wonders of God in your life. And now they won't depart from that. They won't.
This is a great time right now. This is probably the best time in American history, or any world history, that we could be alive right now. Like, it's so innovative, and we're in a time and change where the money is changing, and you got the housing and everything is changing right now. So I believe, this is me. Don't put me out, but I believe that this right here, within the next few years here, it's gonna be a big financial gap. You know what I'm saying? So if we can't figure out how to get into the upper part of this and figure out a way to utilize taxes and stop running away from them, then we're going to be in that bottom half. And in 20, 30 years, our great grandkids are going to ask us, grandpa, what was you doing in 2022, and when the money was changing, and there was so many billionaires and millionaires being made? Because the people that are billionaires are going to be turning trillionaires. The people that are millionaires are going to be billionaires. So everybody's going to move up a level. Where were you at during that time of the money exchange, and it was a big boom? And I want to be a part of that, to say, baby, I dipped my toe in it at least.
I got the piece of the pie.
I left you some, and this is what we came of this. Our family is set up like this now. You see that building over there with our name on it? That's what I'm trying to get to. You know what I mean?
So, and this is for you, this is a reflection moment I'm about to ask you. What would you tell your younger self? If you could wrap your arms around your younger self, what would you tell yourself?
Man, go hard in the paint on real estate and taxes. I would have told myself that. I would have said, don't take playing the game of Monopoly lightly. Learn the game and quit complaining about what is going on. Learn the game of life, which is taxes, laws, finances, and all that. Learn the game of life and how it works, and you will play the game better. It's a 24-hour, 7 days a week game. People don't believe it is, but it's live. You don't get no reverses, no pauses, no timeout. It's live. And that's where I would have to tell myself and understand that, hey, you need to pay attention to that. And that's really how I would try to tell myself, because I took a lot of wrong turns not understanding the game that was being played, that we playing. Even though we don't think we playing it, we playing it. You either on the stands, you on the bench, or you in the game. You playing it.
And that's totally true. And I tell people like this: the people in the stands I wouldn't be listening to because they too scared to get in the game. They too scared. They want to watch you. They want to see how far you can go. You know.
Talk.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So it's been an honor interviewing you on my platform. You know, just I got something to take with me, you know, and me just thanking God, just hear your story, you know, rejoicing knowing that now he's just not with you, but he with me also, you know, and that's a beautiful thing. And just for somebody to really be vulnerable like you and just talk God is a blessing. And just for you reverence God, that we always talk to lift God up. And this is a example and a great example on how to lift God up, you know, in all we do, because we don't do it on our own. And you was a prime example today of that. And I know God is he's proud, you know.
I thank you for giving me the opportunity, man. Real talk. Before I go, I want to make sure that you understand that some books that gave me a lot of ways to think of things better too, which is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, Richest Man in Babylon, Think and Grow Rich, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. These are books that kind of put me into understanding that, hey, you know, life has been the same for thousands of years, and you have to be the change. Your decisions are the ones that are gonna direct your life. The decisions I made all the way up until now have put me where I'm at, and the only way I'm gonna get out of this is the decisions that I make to get me out of it. So, you know, that's everybody has that opportunity. It's not, the sun is not gonna change. It's gonna go down. It's gonna come up regardless. So you have to change. And you know, those books get me planning to know that it's possible. It takes just as much brain power to think small as it does to dream big. So you have to put yourself in those situations, aim for the stars, take one step in front of the other, always keep your feet moving. You know, that's how I live.
Man,
Thank you. I appreciate you, man. You know, this is a great opportunity to be able to tell my story. And I appreciate you just giving me an opportunity to be able to speak and be in front of you. Well, I'm like I said, I'm outside of East St. Louis. I got people in East St. Louis. I just left from there earlier this year.
Man, we definitely got to link up. We definitely, because I'm in St. Louis right now, you know, and we definitely got to link up. Can you tell the viewers where they can find you? Because I do have other entrepreneurs. I do have business owners. I do have people that raise capital, you know, that I'm inclined with, I'm connected to. So like, if you would tell people where to find you.
You know what, right now, I'm on, at the moment, what I have is just Facebook, which is KLS Financial Investments. I also got, you know, my email, which is klsfinancialinvestments@gmail.com. That's pretty much where I'm at right now. I'm trying to expand and get into the more of the Instagram, into the TikToks. But at the moment, that's really where you can find me. I mean, you got my number, so we can link up that way. But it's really about only quality people. You know, you stick with only quality people in your life, and the rest of the people is gonna try to distract you.
Boy, you doing it. Man, Oscar, I appreciate you. Like, man, I just appreciate you. You know.
Most definitely, and I appreciate the invitation.
All right. Well, this concludes our interview today. I want to thank you for tuning in to the Bird Real Estate Podcast Show. Oscar gave some jewels. If you want to get in contact with Oscar, you know what to do. Also, like, comment, subscribe on my YouTube channel. I am Bossman Bruce TV. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Bruce Bird. Instagram, I am Bossman Bruce.